search for missing Utah mom Susan Powell before she went missing. Was the young mother thinking about divorcing her husband? Her close friend says yes. She describes Susan's marriage as unhappy and her husband Josh as controlling. Listen to this from NBC's The Today Show.
Over the 8 years, it got progressively worse, and Josh became more and more controlling, and it was harder for her to remain herself and remain the happy person that she was. He controlled everything in their marriage, from the money that Susan spent to what groceries she could buy, what she could eat.
Plus, more bizarre behavior from Susan's husband, Josh. He traveled, get this, 900 miles with his 4-year-old son to be at a vigil for his wife. But once he got there, he barely spoke to her family. Now he's reportedly taken his sons to spend the holidays with his family. Neighbors are shocked Josh would leave the state while his wife is still missing. Police are still calling Josh a person of interest. Now they're paying close attention to this interview Josh did with a local TV station. Listen as he explains why he did not show up for work the day Susan went missing.
Why didn't you call in sick?
I was somehow thinking that it was Sunday. So I didn't go to church, and I just missed the day and thought, we'll go come back Sunday.
So you got confused by on what day it was?
Yeah.
Straight out to my fantastic expert panel. Also joining us tonight, Dog the Bounty Hunter, a.k.a. Dwayne Dog Chapman, as well as Chuck Cox, Susan Powell's father. Mr. Cox, thank you so much for joining us today. I honestly cannot imagine what you're going through as this drags on and your precious daughter remains missing. Given all these new developments that we're hearing about a friend saying in published reports that your daughter was contemplating divorce, can you give us your reaction to that? You've spoken in the past about troubles, but did she ever express to you that she was contemplating divorce?
No, she hadn't divulged that to me. It's surprising to me. The last time I talked to her, things were getting better between them. Is that what she was telling me anyway?
Now, what about this behavior of your son-in-law at the vigil? The reports are he drove 900 miles from Utah to Washington State to attend the vigil, and then he gets there, and according to numerous published reports, he's behaving oddly. He doesn't acknowledge you. Tell us about what happened at the vigil, sir.
Well, we had the vigil, started at the appointed time, and after the vigil had concluded, we'd had a closing prayer, and I'd been talking to reporters for a few minutes. I was taken a little bit away from where we had the family standing and then I heard someone say that he had just arrived, and then I noticed it. I stood back while he was being interviewed. It looked like a brother or a relative of his were being interviewed. They were just in a circle there for a few minutes, and then, I don't know, it's kind of a cocoon of umbrellas, and I could see my grandson there, and I wanted to go forward, but they were being interviewed, and they were being kind of standing in a huddled group together, and I just didn't feel right in interrupting what they were doing at the time. But he never spoke to me at the vigil, and like I say, he arrived after it was over, basically.
Why would a father take his kids out in the middle of the night to go camping in the snow in sub-freezing weather? And what mother would be okay with that? Susan's friends say there was no way that Susan would have allowed it. Listen to this from NBC's The Today Show.
His story just doesn't add up, and so I think it was only a matter of time before it came to this. If he had told Susan, hey, I'm going to take the boys out camping, and, you know, it's 10 degrees out, it's a blizzard, and we have school the next day, she would have said no way, and she wouldn't have let him.
Mark Iglarsh, now we add to that reports that a friend says she was considering divorce and that he was becoming increasingly controlling. What say you?
I say that prosecutors and law enforcement clearly believe that he's more than just a person of interest. Clearly they deem him a suspect, and they're gathering evidence behind the scenes to build their case. I can suggest to you that there's 3 possibilities. He's guilty, as most of your viewers already deem him to be. He's thoroughly innocent, or something in the middle where he might have done something and he's trying to cover that behavior up and he's not doing a good job of it.
Well, we have to say he has not been charged with anything, and he is not officially being considered a suspect. He's been labeled person of interest. Coming up, much more on the search for Susan Powell. Also, Tiger Woods sets sail, reports he's boarded his private yacht. Where is he headed, and who is he with? Plus, Brittany Murphy found dead inside her bathroom. The Hollywood star was only 32 years old. What led to her tragic and sudden death? We're taking your calls on all of this. 1-877-JDM says, 1-877-586-7297. I want to know what you think.